Loving it.
I just say, just bring opposite.
Hey lovelies, it's Corey, physical therapist and trainer, and welcome back to my channel for another amazing workout. And today we'll be continuing our Mama Mayo mini-series with some exercises to strengthen our deep core muscles, specifically our transverse abdominis and our rectus abdominis muscles, which we have on the left and the right of our abdominal region. And yes, those are the muscles we think of when we say we're going to work on our six-pack in the gym. But today specifically, we'll be doing 10 reps each of 10 different exercises to help with either reducing the risk of developing or to help us on the road to recovery and healing from a condition known as diastasis recti, in which those abdominal muscles begin to separate from each other and widen, creating a gap in our midline to varying degrees depending on how far this condition has progressed. And in that gap, we're just left with a thin layer of connective tissue protecting our internal organs. And although this condition is mostly common in our pregnant ladies, as we do have our tummies already expanding to accommodate the growth of our little bundle of joy within and that added pressure as our little baby does grow and blossom, it can also affect babies and men and can also be a result of just increased abdominal pressure or just lifting too much weight or being overweight. If it is left untreated for too long, we can also just have these abdominal muscles growing weaker and weaker and also affect the rest of our postural chain of muscles, leading to lower back pain, and it can also affect our pelvic floor muscles as well, leading to pelvic floor dysfunction. So feel free to also pair this workout with any of our pelvic floor strengthening workouts and our other deep core strengthening workouts like our pelvic floor exercise from our Women's Month series. But as usual, just follow along to the tips I give along the way in this workout. Keep your proper form, keep protecting that spine, protecting the rest of your muscles, and focusing on your breathing. And as usual, if any of the moves are too challenging for you, follow along to the modified versions I give in the corner of the screen wherever they may appear. And you don't need any equipment for this workout, but we will be working on a nice soft surface just to make sure we are nice and comfortable. So if you have your mats at home, go ahead and roll those babies out. If not, feel free to work on your carpet or a towel, whatever you have on hand. Get everything you need, and without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so for first move, we have what I like to call our bear elevators. We're just gonna get into our bear position and just go up and down like an elevator. We're also gonna use some breathing techniques, and you can also just add in your Kegel exercises for the rest of this workout if you'd like. And if you need a refresher, go ahead and check out our Women's Month Netherlands pelvic floor workouts. But to get into position, we're gonna start off on our hands and our knees. Just get those hands stacked under the shoulders, knees stacked under the hips. We're gonna keep those shins in contact with the mat as well, and just spread the fingers of both hands on the mat so we have our weight being distributed evenly through both of those hands and just protecting that wrist joint. And we're not gonna have a sink in the shoulder blades here. We don't wanna strain the shoulder joints or those wrists or those neck muscles. So we're just gonna go ahead, take our time and push away from the mat, pushing our shoulder blades up to the sky, keeping that back nice and straight. Curl those toes and press into the mat. Just take your time pushing up through both hands and both toes up so the knees are hovering over the mat. And we're just gonna take our time here, lowering towards the mat, not touching the mat, and coming back up if you can manage it. If you need a break, tapping those knees to the floor, you can do that as well. Just gonna take an inhale here to prepare as we come up, really allowing that air to expand in those lungs, and exhale as we come down, pulling those pelvic floor muscles up, and keep that sequence going. 9 more. Inhale up and exhale lower, pulling the pelvic floor muscles up. Go for 3. Inhale up and exhale lower. 4. Inhale up and exhale lower. Try not to touch the mat with those knees. 5. Inhale up. Starting to feel a burn now. And exhale lower. 5 more. Inhale up and exhale lower. You can keep a little bend in those elbows if you like. Exhale lower. 8, I think. And exhale lower. 9. And exhale lower. Last one coming up. Inhale, press up. And exhale, lower. Awesome. Take your time now. We're going for our bear to plank transitions. So we're going back into that bear, pushing those knees up and away from the mat. Just gonna take our time, stepping right leg behind, then left leg, and then stepping them back in. So the knees are under those hips yet again in our bear. Again, if you need a break and just resting those knees on the mat, you can go ahead and do that as well. Just follow on to the modified versions. Go ahead and choose your variety and let's go. Press up into that bear position and step back, nice and straight into a plank. Don't let that butt drop. Keep it going. 2. Awesome job. And 3. Whew. Keep that core engaged. 4. And 5. Try not to twist with it. Keep those hips facing the mat. And in. 7. I think. 8. And in. 9. In. And 10. In. Take your time. Lowering both knees to the mat yet again. You get a break for those shoulders. Now we're going for our bird dog. So we're going to take our time lifting left hand out in front and right leg out behind us. We're going to keep that arm extended at shoulder level and the leg extended at hip level. It's going to take your time keeping the fingers of that right hand spread and keeping that left knee into the mat. You can go ahead and just make sure you have your balance first, making sure your weight is being distributed evenly across that midline with your right hand and your left knee being your support. Keep those shoulder blades pressed up to the sky. I'm gonna try and hold for 30 seconds, but just hold for as long as you can manage, or you can just go ahead and follow the modified versions. Inhale to prepare, and we extend and hold it here. Nice and controlled. Keep the palm of that left hand facing the right side of her body. Nice steady breaths with it. Don't hold your breath. Gonna keep breathing through it, nice and controlled. Awesome, we're in single digits. Almost there. Take your time and we lower. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Make sure you have your balance first. We're just gonna go ahead and check that that left hand is stacked under that left shoulder. Right knee in the mat, curling the toes. Gonna keep those shoulder blades pressed up to the sky. Take your time. And when you're ready, we're gonna inhale to prepare. Right hand and left leg come up and we hold it. Awesome. Good job, good job. Keep holding it. I believe we're halfway there, more than halfway there. You're doing great. Don't drop it, keep it going. Take your time. Slowly, we lower. We're going onto our forearms this time, elbows stacked onto the shoulders. Go ahead and clasp the hands in line with your head in the center on the mat. We're gonna take our time, straightening both legs behind us into a forearm plank. Keep that back nice and straight. Shoulder blades pressed up towards the sky. We're gonna take our time rocking for a plank rock. Forward past the hands and back. 10 times, let's go. Really use your toes to drive, pumping that ankle. 3, 4, nice and controlled. 5, 6, warming up those shoulders. 7, 8, 2 more. Awesome job, back nice and straight. Take your time, lowering knees towards the mat. We're just gonna take our time rolling onto that left forearm. We're gonna keep the fist facing forward. Left elbow still stacked under our left shoulder. We're gonna keep that bottom left leg bent. We're gonna keep that left heel in the same straight line as our hips. We're gonna take our time making sure our hips are facing forward at all times. We're gonna straighten that right leg if you can manage it, or if not, you can just go ahead and keep it bent on top of that right leg. We're going for a side plank dips. Here, 10 reps. Gonna really engage the core. We're gonna get that right hip up towards the sky, so it's not just gonna be a little up and drop. Really squeeze the butt. Really work those glutes. Take your time. Up, right hip up towards the sky, and we lower. You can rest on the mat. You can go ahead and come close to the mat, whatever is comfortable for you. 10 reps, let's go. Up and down. 2, right hand can be in front of you as well to help with your balance if you need that, but keep it going. 5, 6, 7, 8, good job. 9 and 10. Can take a little break here. Going for a side plank hold for 30 seconds. So same position, we're just gonna keep it up and hold for as long as you can manage. Let's go. Up and hold. Nice steady breathing. Make sure you don't have a sink happening in the shoulder. Really push away from that shoulder. Keeping that core nice and engaged. Steady breaths with it. Whew. Awesome job, awesome job. Then we're gonna do both moves on the right side. Take your time. Try not to let that left hip drop. Really push up with that right hip towards the sky. Then take your time and lower. Let's go on the right side this time. Again, we're gonna keep right elbow stacked onto our right shoulder. We're gonna keep that right knee bent. Gonna keep that heel in line with our hips. Keep that back nice and straight. We're not gonna rotate towards the front or towards the back. We're gonna keep that hip facing forward. You can straighten that left leg on top, or you can keep it bent on top, whatever is comfortable for you. Hand of that right hand can be spread, palm down, or you can have your face, whatever is comfortable for you. Take your time, press up, left hip up towards the sky, and 2. Keep it going, 3, and 4. 5 more, 6, good job, nice and controlled. 8, 9, and 10. Can take a mini break here. We're going for a 30-second hold now. When you are ready, let's go. Up and hold. Whew. Looking good, looking good. Remember, your hand can also be in front to help with your balance if you need it. Oh my. My enemy has returned. You'll know what I mean if you did our Thanksgiving series from last year. There's nowhere to run. Oh God. 2 seconds. Take your time. We're lowering. And come up into sitting. We're gonna keep both legs straightened in front of us on the mat, in line with our hips. You can go ahead and just flex the ankle and push those toes forward. Make sure you're sitting on your sit bones. So just go ahead and pull those glutes back. Make sure you're not on your coccyx. Back nice and straight. Roll the shoulders back and down to keep those shoulder muscles and the neck muscles nice and relaxed. Get those arms up at shoulder level, palms facing each other, and rock as far back as is comfortable for you before you feel like you're gonna fall over. Really work the core. Steady breathing. We're gonna hold it here for 30 seconds. Let's go. Seems fine. The earthquake comes soon, don't worry. Steady breathing with it. Inhale and exhale. I don't remember when I started this clock, so this feels right. We can stop now. Take your time. We're gonna go onto our back now. You can bend those knees. Just go ahead and roll down onto your back, vertebra by vertebra, or you can go ahead and turn on your side on the mat and then roll onto your back, whatever is comfortable for you. Keep those knees bent, feet flat on the mat, and hip width apart. Gonna make sure our lower back is in contact with the mat at all times, really protect that spine. So you can go ahead and just roll that pelvis back and down, keeping that lower back kissing the mat. Keep the shoulders relaxed, roll them back and down into the mat. We're gonna lift off with our head just a bit, but we don't wanna strain the neck muscles. Just go ahead and tuck the chin into the chest and make sure your neck is nice and supported with that action, keeping the neck muscles nice and engaged so we don't have our neck just flopping to one side at a time. Going for a heel touches here. Using our abs, we're really just gonna take our time tilting at the pelvis over to the right side as you get our right hand to touch our right heel. Bring it back to center, same on the left. And we tilt at the pelvis. Keep that going 10 times each side. 1 and 1. 2, 2, 3, and 3. Steady breathing with it. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, and 10. 10. Take your time, lowering head onto the mat yet again. You go ahead and have those hands at your side. Lift both knees so the knees and the hips are raised and bent at 90 degrees. We're going to take our time pointing the toes. We're going for a tabletop toe taps now. So we're just going to take our time getting right foot, just getting toe to tap the mat, bring it back to tabletop, and then left. Going to keep alternating 10 times on each leg. Keep it going. 1 and 1. Keep that lower back in contact with the mat. Nice and controlled. Lower and lower. 4. Awesome job. Warming up those lower abs. 5 and 5. 6. 6. And our next move is our dead bug. So this is just preparing us for that. 8. Whew. 2 more each leg. Nice and controlled, not a race. Last set. 10 and 10. Keep those legs in tabletop. Hands up towards the sky. Gonna take our time alternating opposite arm and leg. So gonna get our right arm lowering towards the mat overhead, keeping the thumb lowering towards the mat first. And we're gonna get our left leg lowering towards the mat in front of us at the same time. Bring it back up. And then we switch left hand and right leg. And I'm gonna keep that going nice and controlled. Inhale as we lower. And exhale, return to your starting position. Keep that lower back in contact with the mat and switch it up. Left arm, right leg. And exhale, come back. Try not to touch the mat unless you need a break. 2. And exhale, return. Inhale, lower. And exhale, return. 3. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Go for 4. Awesome. And inhale. Exhale. Halfway mark. Inhale, lower. And exhale, return. Switch it up. Inhale, lower. And exhale, return. 5 more each leg. Inhale. Awesome, doing great. And inhale. Exhale. 7. And up. Lower. And up. 8. Whew. Awesome. And 8. Thumb goes first. 9. Keep those toes pointed. Don't squeeze the abs, really breathe with it. And last one. Whew, take your time. Legs return to mat. Arms return to wherever they're comfortable, and we did it. Thanks so much for joining us today for a Diastasis Recti deep core strengthening workout. And if you love this workout, feel free to also check out some of our other deep core and pelvic floor strengthening workouts. But before you go, don't forget to give this video a big, beautiful thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell right over there so you can see when I post a new video as soon as I post them just for you. Don't forget to also join my Patreon so you keep getting other access to the rest of my videos and also get behind the scenes footage, bloopers, exclusive content, and so much more. Don't forget to also leave a comment down below to tell me what you loved about this workout, what else you would love to see, and just share with your friends so they may join you on this fantastic fitness adventure. And stick around for next week Friday. We'll be continuing our Mama Mia mini-series with our hip and pelvic mobility flow. And don't forget to also follow my socials to keep up to date with the latest tips and videos of everything else we have in store for you, including a full month of our flexibility challenge coming next month, so stay tuned. And until next time, my lovelies, don't forget, love your body, have fun with your fitness, and I'll see you in the next amazing workout. Bye!